Hello, everyone. I'm Michael of Tipping the Scales, and this is the preview of the next Keeping Up with the Quarenteenians segment. The episode will be released Friday, May 29th, with guest Edward Rivera. You guys sound like wonderful employers. I'm not sure very many employers give their employees the option whether or not they want to work for how much. So, I mean,
Yeah,
that sounds great.
yeah, because we're just trying to change. Because, like, I mean, obviously, I'm not the only one, but like, man, we've came from places where it's like you're treated like crap. You're just another number. And for me, and even Tony, and even Benji, everybody who's involved, you know what I mean, on running the business, we're all on the same page as far as trying to change the level, like the certain culture that you see in the trade specifically. You know what I mean? So. We're trying to do it a little bit differently, and actually like respect our our employees, and you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't sound like revolutionary or anything, but like and it kind of is like that in the trades, So we're trying to change that.
So, just for my sake, and maybe if some of the listeners also feel this way, if you could maybe put like a positive spin on parenting as well, just because for me it sounds like parenting was completely disincentivized while you were explaining everything you had to do.
Yeah. So
So,
and that's the thing too. Like I try to be brutally honest in most cases, and you'll see like on like social media, like people will post what I call their highlight reels. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Where it's like all you're seeing are just the super awesome and great things, which those are real. Those like are they do happen, but no one wants to talk about the real stuff. But yeah, there are plenty of like great things. Like I can't tell you how happy I am to have L and then to have David now in my life. And I think maybe they're supposed to be super cute but be super mean at the same time. You know what I mean? Because it's like we went through so much stuff with L, and not all kids are like that. Because I can tell you right now, David, so far he's like completely opposite of like with L. Like he has his hard moments, but very different. So not every kid is the same. But even still with Ellie, obviously I'm not, you can tell, but she's very, very smart, very high maintenance. But I wouldn't change anything. Literally would not change anything. She's like the most amazing thing that's been in our lives. And going through all that, like that struggle, it kind of makes you appreciate what you have. And that's what it does, you know what I mean? It's like, man, we went through all that stuff, but like we got this amazing person here that like we created. And she's like forming like her own opinions now, and it's like blossoming. And it's kind of like with anything, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure to become in the position you are, and with all your education and stuff, I'm sure it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? And you struggled and you went through all that crap. But if someone heard of all the struggles that you had to go through to get to where you are in your career, they might be thinking, well, dude, I don't want to do that. That sounds like terrible. But you could probably be like, well, dude, listen, man, like I went through all that, but I came out smarter, stronger on the other end. So there's benefits to it, where I forget, how does that saying go? Where it's like anything worth it in life isn't going to be easy, and that's the same thing with kids. It's like if you do it right, man, and you stick to it, doing the hard stuff now, it's going to be easy for you later. And that's what we're seeing with our first child, with Ellie. It's like we stuck through it, we suffered and went through it, and yeah, there was the hard times, but there was also a lot of beautiful stuff in between, that like I kind of wish that like maybe I would have soaked in more in the time, when it was, because we were so involved in just trying to survive. But we're doing that more with David. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm telling you, if you can do it, it's totally worth it. There's something so gratifying about having a kid, and seeing them look up to you, and even teaching us, because it's like everyone wants to talk about raising a kid and teaching them, but they also teach you a lot of things too. And me and Katie are always growing because of it. And I'm like a better person because of it. And with David, it's the same thing, man. He's amazing. He's awesome. And we're this second time around, we're just trying to soak in as much as we can, and go forward, because we can see the benefits now. Having a 2.5-year old, we know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of these things. And so it's a great feeling, man. I'm telling you, like, don't let all that other stuff I said earlier sway you from it. But
Yeah.
I'm also not gonna sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? It does suck. There are times where it's gonna be tough, but it's 1,000% worth it, man. It's such a amazing feeling.